Well, don't think we're live on Rumble, but for all of those in the oral office, all of those that accused me of having relations with that young intern, I did not have sexual relations with that intern. I was up full night. You remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
The A Show,
where smart is the new sexy.
And now, April Hunter.
Welcome, everyone, to The A Show. I am your hostess, April Hunter, and across from me is Big Ray. So we are excited. We're very excited because we were supposed to be starting on Rumble this week.
Oh my God!
Live? What?
Oh my God! Oh my God! We're live on Rumble.
We're live on Rumble.
We're live on Rumble.
Welcome to our Rumblers.
We're live on Rumble. Yes,
Sweet.
We're live on Rumble.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Ray, for setting that up. So
I'm sorry.
We talk about so many conspiracy theories, or otherwise known as spoiler alerts. We figured Rumble is a perfect platform for us. And since we have a pretty good accuracy rating here, it's even, it'll suit us well. So hi to everybody coming in here. Allie, Winona, War Demon, AB Twitch, Eva, thank you for joining us. We are back on nights again, which I'm super stoked about. Thank you, Ray.
Oh,
and today we have an interesting show for you. So we're going to talk about a little of this, a little of that. We're going to talk about how there's no such thing as hate speech. We're going to talk about what's going on with our food. We're going to talk about a conversation that I had with a world-renowned cardiologist about some of the questions people have that are not being answered in regards to the jab. We're going to talk about how to find hope in even the darkest circumstances, because I think a lot of people are also kind of really burned out right now. It's tough. And there are things that people who retain hope and have hope know how to do. So we're going to share that with you, and also a way to kind of find renewal through various different things. But I also, and Way has a couple stories too, don't you?
Oh my God, I have so much going on. So here's the deal. Before we say anything, it's been impossible for me to figure out how the hell to do this live Rumble stream. The only thing I'm sad about is that I don't think, because I do this through StreamYard, for anyone that's familiar with this, I do not see the live chat on Rumble, which really, really, really sucks.
Is there one?
Yeah, there's an option. Okay. It's just like the other garbage that we are on YouTube. But actually, it's funny that I mentioned that, because that's one of the stories we're going to talk about. So I would love to talk about the censorship and why I was considering getting us off of YouTube, and you had like, why are we leaving to YouTube? I'm like, well,
yeah, I read the thing. I'm like, we're leaving YouTube. I didn't know that.
We're kind of not leaving YouTube, but not yet. Like, I want to see how this plays out on Rumble. Okay. Also, I want to speak about Governor DeSantis and the job that he's doing over there in Florida. He's made a couple of new rules. There are going to be some people that are not happy, and a lot of far left leaning liberals are leaving Florida. Why? We'll get into that later.
I live here.
Well,
so
yeah. April, for those new on Rumble, April they live there. I live in New York City.
We've had a tremendous influx of people to Florida since COVID. So it's okay if people want to leave, because they've actually, crowded the place up and driven the prices up. So
I got one more story that we're going to talk about later, where this white straight councilman, a male from Indiana, proclaims that he himself is a woman of color, and apparently the trans community is not very happy about that. So,
what is a woman?
Well, I don't know. I have to ask my buddy Matt. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited that we're actually streaming live on Rumble. I apologize that you can't interact with the. Then we have actually about 7 people that just jumped on Rumble. So I'm very happy you guys are interacting with us. I apologize if I don't know how to operate this whole comment section thing, because we are streaming on 3 different things at the same time. So April, I've been talking too much. I apologize. And also,
no, not at all.
when you do the whole booby, do the whole booby flex for those, I got something new. So if
do you?
you want to give them a quick little one?
Yeah, we Twitch on Twitch.
Knockers.
Do you know where that's from?
I like that one.
You know where that's from?
No, what is that from?
Knockers.
It's a famous scene from the Young Frankenstein, where the black and white movie. So the gentleman's outside,
the giant knocker, right?
And at the same time, she's laying on him, and she has this, she has the boobies in his face and stuff. And anyway, so so take it away, April.
Oh, I thought I would kick it off with this very interesting story I came across this weekend. It's called Still Alive. You want to hear this one?
Absolutely.
Here we go. In India, some people are registered as dead, but they're actually very much alive and well. So a man named Lal Bihari is one of them. In 1976, he returned to his home village of Kalalabad, I might be saying that wrong, to sort out his affairs. An administrative clerk told him that Lal Bihari had died and that his land was now owned by an uncle's family. Can you imagine? Can you freaking imagine? When he tried to get it straightened out by going to numerous authorities, he got nowhere. So for the next 18 years, Bellari worked to draw attention to his situation and discovered that there are others who shared this problem. So he started a nonprofit called the Association for the Living Dead.
What?
And he has helped many people in similar predicaments. So if you're having a bad day, at least you haven't gone somewhere and come back and been registered as dead, and now a vague uncle now owns your property.
So wait a second. So, but all right, maybe I missed this. So how does someone just automatically get registered dead? Is it just a mistake? Does it happen? A clerical error? Like, what the hell is going on?
I guess so.
Oh shit!
And
you don't know either.
It doesn't say that part. It just says that this has happened, and it happens to people all the time, apparently, in India.
All the time? Like,
because he was trying to straighten it out, and there were lots of other people that came forward and said, "Hey, this happened to me too."
That is absurd.
I know.
I've never heard of anything like that. Well, I mean,
me neither.
It's freaking India. There's so many people there.
Right. What's a few dead ones, right?
I mean, wow. Well, I don't know about that.
I don't know. I'd be like, well, if I'm dead, can I at least collect some kind of compensation? Like, what is there for me here?
I don't think. Oh, is that my wife calling me again?
Yeah, that is my little sidekick out there. So sorry.
Oh man. So what is this person trying to do here? Is he trying to I don't know, get money to fix the situation? Like, this is confusing me.
He just wants to be registered as alive so he can have his life back.
I wonder if, hear me out on this one. I wonder if eventually, over some time, that's going to happen with the whole social media score. You know, where you piss enough people off and you become so irrelevant, socially, that you're considered like just a no one.
I don't know. There was like a Black Mirror episode about that.
Yeah, hold on, Jen. Stop yelling my name, please.
I can put him in as
God.
Yeah, it's that time of night where I guess the other people have let their dogs out. No,
why would they do that? Did you tell them that we're live on the H? Oh my God!
I know. You know what? I'm gonna go shut my door right now.
All right. So why are you doing that?
You tell that story. Yeah, you tell that news story you want to talk about.
What story? All right, I'll jump in one.
Ron DeSantis.
Oh, the one with Ron DeSantis. Okay. So for those watching, and again, guys, if there's any way you can help me out with this whole Rumble thing, I have absolutely no freaking clue as to what's happening. But so there's a couple of news stories that are popping up right now on social media regarding Governor Ron DeSantis over in Florida, and apparently there are new death penalty laws. And I'm going to play this quick little YouTube clip. I would love April to be here. For those who actually live in Florida, or those who don't know, I'm going to actually be moving to Florida in February. Yes, War Demon, I will be moving to Florida. I promise you. So, and again, we're waiting for April to jump back on, which she is right now. So as April actually puts on her headset, I'm going to play this. There are two April, I was telling the listeners right now and the watchers, and why don't we just really quickly, before we even jump into any of those things, can we say hi to a couple of people that jumped in with us here?
Oh, definitely.
Who do we have?
Definitely. We got Red Sunny, we got War Demon, then we have Eva, we have the Artist Returns, who's got dual monitors that we're talking about that. Mm-hmm. We've got a good chat coming up in here.
Yeah, and we have 10 people actually watching live on Rumble. And again, as our community grows, I would love to know how the hell people could live chat with us. So if anybody can send me a private message on social media at Big Ray Hernandez, either Instagram or on Twitter, that would be great. Because
Thank you.
I'm tired. Anyway, so let me share this first story. This is not the main one. This is a second one. Did you know that? Well, of course you know because you live in Florida.
Mhm.
Ron DeSantis is he's changing some things with the death penalty, and let's jump into this and let's see what's going on over here. Here we go.
Okay.
This is do you know News 13? Are you familiar with Fox 13? You get that in Florida,
I
right?
try not to watch the news at all.
All right. Well,
I watch Rumble.
lucky you. Here we go.
Here at 10 months after a jury, remember last summer, could not reach a unanimous verdict in the Parkland shooter's death penalty case. The governor today signs a law that would change the death penalty in Florida. Juries now only need 8 out of the 12 members to recommend death. Fox 13's Kylie Jones here with us in studio tonight. Kylie, this is some big news here. I know you spoke with a mother who lost her child in the Parkland shooting, and she told you this new law is going to save other parents from the pain she's feeling. Huh?
Yeah, Mark, that sentence dug deeper into a wound she and the families of 16 other victims shared. This new law now makes Florida an outlier, but it has some questioning. Should we be making the ultimate punishment easier to hand down?
Somebody killing 17 people, what else do we have the death penalty for if it's not for the killing of 17 people?
The decision of life or death in Florida can now rest in the hands of only 8 people.
So now at the state of Florida, we have the lowest threshold to give somebody the ultimate sentence, that's the death penalty.
Governor Ron DeSantis signed into law a bill that no longer requires a unanimous jury to sentence someone to death. The new law now only requires 8 jurors to vote in favor of a death sentence.
It opens the door to cases where there's some doubt, certainly doubt about the sentence and maybe even doubt about the guilt.
Now, under the new law, a judge does have the ultimate discretion.
The judge who's hearing the facts of this case can look at a jury and say, hey, it's a close call. It's 8-4. Based on the facts that this court considers, ultimately, the sentencing is up to the judge.
The death penalty bill was filed on the heels of Parkland shooter Nicholas Cruz narrowly escaping a death sentence.
It's traumatizing.
I just wanted to stop it real quick.
Okay.
Have you heard anything about this before we continue the other 30 minute and a half of this?
No, I have not been paying attention to this particular tidbit.
So real quick, before we continue this video, give me some of your thoughts off the bat. Like, how do you feel about this whole thing where 8 out of 12, you know, you have 8 out of 12 chance of dying or you know, getting a death penalty?
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm
Now,
kind of
in a situation where it's, you know, it's undoubtedly the crime was committed.
right.
You know, I'm okay with it.
I'm actually very okay with it as long as you know what? Let's listen to a couple of, you know, these thought processes here.
Mhm.
To hear that the shooter is going to get life in prison when I have to go and visit my daughter at the cemetery.
Lori Al-Hadef lives through excruciating pain every day. Her daughter Alyssa was one of 17 victims killed in the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School shooting.
We never imagined or expected somebody killing 17 people and shooting 17 people, that they would not have gotten the death penalty.
Critics say the law raises the risk of ending the life of someone wrongfully convicted.
A person's life is at stake. That's at least as important as whether they're guilty or innocent.
Anthony Rickman, a Tampa area attorney, says this will likely change the legal strategy in these cases.
We're going to have the prosecution presenting as much evidence as they possibly can.
I'm assuming, really quickly to jump in, April, and tell me if you agree or disagree with me, but I think that DNA and, you know, solid evidence, not questionable evidence, is going to have to be presented in court. Do you agree?
I would think so. Like video evidence, yeah. Like, you know,
All right.
admittance in court, like all of that, yeah.
All right, 30 seconds.
Putting this defendant in as bad light as they possibly can, showing those aggravating circumstances the way they always have. It makes it now harder for the defense.
And now it's important to note this law doesn't change the requirements for actually finding someone guilty. This law only applies in the sentencing phase of a death penalty case. Mark.
Interesting indeed. Kylie Jones with us. Kylie, thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you, Kylie. And by the way, Kylie, it's a nice dress, but I think, April, you could pull it off better. Just don't have that. So your thoughts on this? And by the way, again, guys, we have Freed. I think Freed 32. Who's this? Who's Freed?
That's Eva.
Eva just did she just jump in?
Yeah.
All right, so we have a bunch of people that just jump in. Thank you guys for joining us and supporting us, and also again, also on Rumble. And I apologize if you can't join the chat right now. I'll figure that out down the line. But your thoughts on this this new story? Now DeSantis is not very popular, and then he's also very popular.
Right.
What are your genuine thoughts on this guy?
On DeSantis?
Yeah.
And by the way, hello, Chuck. Welcome, and happy birthday to you ahead of time.
It's his freaking birthday. When is it?
Tomorrow.
God damn it, Chuck!
Yeah,
Happy
I know.
birthday!
Happy birthday!
So
to
good to be
you.
handsome.
My thoughts on DeSantis. Well, I didn't vote for him the first time around. I did vote for him the second time around. I'm of no particular political affiliation or party.
Right.
I thought he did an excellent job in Florida with all the COVID stuff. Whether it was staying open, keeping the economy going, not mandating the vaccine, finding companies who did mandate the vaccine, and then labeling, forcing doctors to tell people, hey, if you get this, you might, it might cause heart problems. I thought he handled all that very well, making it a choice for us to get vaccinated or masked or anything like that. He let us have our choices. I think he gets beat up in the media. Like the numbers were convoluted as far as COVID. He did the parental rights bill, which I read, but people just nicknamed it "Don't Say Gay" bill.
Right, which is bullshit.
Instead of asking why do we need a bill for teachers to not talk about sex with children who are kindergarten through third grade, why are we wasting taxpayer money on this particular law? People aren't asking that question. They're asking why can't they talk about sex to children? To me, that's convoluted as to what is wrong with this country. Why would you want to talk to children about sex? But that's how things seem to be these days. But having lived here in Florida since 2010, I can tell you that the area I live in, which is Tampa Bay, is very live and let live. Nobody here gives a shit if you are gay, straight, black, white, Latino, Asian. Nobody cares.
It's the way it always was, actually.
Waving a rainbow flag. Yeah, no, it's always been like that. No one cares. We don't have like a Chinatown. We don't have a black area. It's very integrated here. So that's one of the things I actually love about it and why I wanted to live here. So they paint him out to be this racist, bigot, homophobe, and that's not, as far as I can tell, how he is. Now, is he all shits and giggles? No, I don't think so. So he has sided with corporations with certain things. We have experienced steep increases in our power bills, in our insurance rates. Everybody now has to pay flood insurance, especially people who specifically did not move to flood zones.
What's that about?
Really expensive.
Because a lot of people are pissed off about it. I told my wife
it's expensive. It's going to make it to where people are moving out of here and they can't afford it anymore.
I wonder if they're doing that on purpose to get all the New Yorkers like me that moved over there during COVID to move back. And we're going to talk about a story that actually links to a lot of people moving out of Florida coming up next.
I know. And you talk about people living on fixed income and then all of a sudden their mortgage goes up like hundreds of dollars because now they have to include all the flood insurance and the property taxes have gone up and everything. It's tough. And then, of course, he quietly over a weekend on a Sunday night at midnight or whatever, rolled back abortion to 6 weeks. Right. So there's that too.
What's a cool, awesome dude? Cool, awesome dudes in the house.
So
and Chuck, real quick, Chuck. It's not all of Florida is hurricane central. I know you guys. It keeps skipping you guys. That's a false. That's a fallacy, right? It's not all hurricanes.
Yeah. So it is a fallacy. I actually lived in Kentucky for many years, Louisville. And we got hit with every possible kind of storm there was. And it was hilarious when I said, I'm moving to Florida. They're like, oh, aren't you worried about the storms? And I'm thinking FEMA was here because 21 days, nobody had electricity over wind. And we had ice and snow. And the state could not handle ice or snow. And we had tornadoes all the time. We had hurricanes. We had everything in Kentucky. But Florida, and certain areas of Florida, you don't get much. So Tampa Bay is one of them.
I'm more scared of an earthquake or tornado.
Yeah, knock wood.
But you know what I'm even more scared of? Well, not scared, but what concerns me more is riding the train in New York and being stabbed by a homeless person that just decides they're not happy with the day they're having.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah, and as Eva points out, you know, the costs here are going up substantially, but the Social Security income is not going up. Our living, our wages are not going up. So it's gotten really, really tough here in Florida. It's gotten to be a very expensive state to live in, especially, you know, certain areas. Tampa Bay is one of them. Jacksonville's another one.
Jacksonville's kind of like I mean, kind of like the hood, right? Like it's kind of, they got some rough
Depends on
neighborhoods
where
in
you go,
Jacksonville.
but that it's gone up in price there too.
Yeah,
So,
that's right.
yeah.
Anywho,
They keep saying Tennessee is the new Florida. People are leaving to go there to retire now.
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
He'll.
Yep.
I'm kidding. I love people in Tennessee.
But as far as the death penalty, I am okay with that if it's a crime where it's undoubtedly been committed. You know, there's no dispute.
And Ali RX, yeah, I agree with you. Some other tropical places like Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
So in Puerto Rico, this has been happening now for the last decade.
Mm-hmm.
I have a good friend. His name is Willie. We used to
Haiti also.
Yeah. You know, wonderful places to go and open up a business. But I think it's more than a decade. I would almost say almost 20 years now. Little by little, Puerto Rico has been just being decimated.
Annihilated. Yep.
By not only tropical storms, we had a couple of the earthquakes, and then on top of that, man, the United States wasn't really helping out. You know, at the time, even though we're a part of the United States, and I say we because I am a Puerto Rican male, but I'm also a number one American.
America.
But damn it, right? I got my Coors Light here. Speaking of Coors Light, real quick, not to switch topics, but my God, Bud Light. Just a quick little update: they are getting fucked. Right in the butthole.
We have some people, Steve and Fury Power and everybody joining us in. Hello, welcome. And yes, they are. I saw that Bud Light had to fire or release their marketing director or whatever. Yes.
There's certain places that their sales. Oh wait, hold on.
What knockers?
Boobies.
I just have to do that every once in a while, make sure they're still moving, you know.
Yeah, because I know you don't. I know you hate this one.
And she showed me her boobies, and I like them too.
But I don't know. There's something about Adam Sandler. It makes me feel warm inside. But my God, Bud Light sales have fucking. It's like cool because I like to update you guys and see how it's progressively gotten worse. And the reason why I like doing that is because I was going back and forth with my buddy. We call him A-Track Brown. And A-Track Brown was explaining to me, he's like, "Oh yeah, you're full of shit." You know, he's leans way more on the liberal side. Oh, but the stocks are up, and I'm like, dude, this is like the government buying into this company, just like putting money into these stocks. The people that own Bud and own that are part owners of Anheuser-Busch are like, oh, let's buy up these fucking stocks. You have to look at the hard sales, and recently Bud Light sales have dropped 21%.
Alex, AB Twitch goes, it's as if Budweiser's being emasculated.
What? they're slapping on a dress and listen, man. I hate the fact that anyone is losing their job except for that idiot, that lady that jumped on and said that Budweiser drinkers are fratty. Shut up.
I didn't see that one.
You didn't see that?
No.
She was the woman in charge. It was her fault.
Okay.
Like she's
the marketing person. Okay.
Yes. She's like,
remember, I said that. I'm like, who's in charge of marketing with this stuff? Like,
fucking
come on,
dummies, man. It says during the week ended April 22nd. Most recent. Let me see. It says Bud Light sales plunged 21% versus a year ago, accelerating from a 17% slide a week earlier. There are places, April, like ballparks that people are going, and you know, because they only have like Bud Light kiosk or Anheuser-Busch, and people are just not fucking drinking, and it's just crazy.
That's like a Boston Tea Party thing right there.
This is the
we don't
first
want
time.
Your tea.
Listen, dead up. This is the first time, and I'll use a lot of New York terms for new watchers, like dead up. But for real, this is the first time I've seen like us, or myself, who I consider myself more of a right-leaning liberal. I'm not liberal. God damn it! Don't ever say that again, Ray.
That's exactly what you are, a right-leaning liberal.
I am a right-leaning liberal, but I'm
you
more
are
of a
a
conservative.
right-leaning liberal.
The only thing
a fiscal conservative, socially liberal.
The only thing that fucking bothers me is how come, people on the right can't get together and vote this fucking old bastard out of.
I don't know, man.
What the fuck? I don't get it.
It's like,
I don't get it. Look, he was here. I just picked him up and threw him out this window. It's just, I don't get it. I really don't get it. But anyway, but yeah, man, Bud Light, and it's not just Bud Light. It's all Anheuser all the gimmicks in Anheuser-Busch are going down. But anyway, April, back to Florida.
Back to Florida.
Now,
So there's a mass exodus now, right?
There is a mass exodus, and I'm going to take this video. This video is coming from one of the channels I watch. Is a young man. The Black Conservative Perspective. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him, but I like him. Some people don't like him. I like the guy. I just wanted to, courtesy of this channel. But I'm just going to play the first portion, which is the clip of people that are liberal and they are very angry, and they are leaving Florida in droves. I say go.
You know what the problem with a lot of left-leaning people are, and like I said, I was one for my whole entire life, is that they're not actually bothering to get educated. They're getting educated from headlines and TikTok videos rather than actually reading the bills and understanding them and like learning the laws of what's actually happening. So they succumb to the hysteria. So case in point, here we go.
Right. This is a shame because look at this girl. She looks attractive. What? All right, let's go.
We are officially getting out of Florida. Like, for real, we are moving out of this state. And I could not be more excited, but also I can't believe we're here again.
Get the hell out of Florida. If you're planning a visit, cancel it. If you live there and you are able to leave, do it now. Ron DeSantis has passed some extreme legislation down there. We've all heard about it. We saw it coming. A lot of people have already fled Florida, but it is now law. It is now law that if you have a transgendered child, the state can take them from you.
Is that true?
What is a transgender child?
I don't know.
Because a child is born. Is there there shouldn't actually be a transgender child? Like, shouldn't the child grow up and then decide if they want to be transgender or not?
Well, we'll get into that.
Okay.
No, you're on the fucking money. There is, I don't believe.
Like, can I get fake tits as an 8-year-old or 12-year-old?
There are certain people that can say yes.
Like, can my parents go to jail if I say I want fake titties when I'm 12 years old? Can they go to jail if they deny me some fake titties?
I think things are kind of moving that way in certain parts of the world. But why don't we continue listening to some of these young ladies? And you see, she has her little Disney shirt on. How cute is that, right? Fucking look at the crazy eyes. All right, here we go.
Whether you live there or you're visiting there, whether your child is fully transitioned or just started gender affirming care.
So last night, my girlfriend Kelly and I had a conversation that in my wildest dreams, I would have never imagined that I would be having.
No.
We talked about leaving the state of Florida, and not only just leaving, but
want a lawn that looks like this.
I do not want a lawn that looks like that. I'll just
your lawn looks.
Grow food, not lawns.
I'll just mute that while the commercial plays, and then we'll skip it, and then we'll go back. Sorry about that, guys. Let's go back.
Leaving the state of Florida, and not only just leaving, but the fact that we need to start developing a plan to leave on a whim's notice in an emergency situation if things get really bad. And, we've been talking for a while about.
I'm sorry, emergency situation.
I know. What does that mean exactly, really bad? Are they kicking in doors here and then telling you, like grabbing you and putting you in camps?
They act like Godzilla's going to fucking roll
Did we
through?
turn into Australia during the vaccine push?
Oh, I should bring in my buddies. I have a couple of friends that live in Australia to talk. If you ever want to talk about that, like what life was like there. My buddy Jimmy.
Oh, I followed that very closely.
Yeah, I have a friend from Australia. His name is Jimmy T, and he's fucking Dawson. Yeah. All right, let's listen to this.
Look at this girl's right now. It suits the topic. Go on.
That was her in college. All right, here we go.
How do we know when it's that time to go? When is it so obvious that it's so unsafe? And I think for us, this week was really that kicker. Between the 6-week abortion ban, the travel advisories that were put out for members of the LGBTQ plus community traveling to
What is that?
The LG
BTQ travel advisories?
Yes, there are travel advisories for the gay and
gay
bi
community.
trans community,
Sure.
and there's travel advisories for the Black community as well to not come to Florida.
Travel of like pamphlets and shit?
I don't know. They issue a travel advisory saying don't go to Florida.
All right, let's continue.
Florida. And then I think what was the real kicker was finding out yesterday that a new bill has been proposed that would allow medical doctors and insurance companies the ability to deny care to anyone that they choose if they believe that the person they are treating goes against their moral or religious beliefs.
Is that a fact?
I don't know, but I would imagine that if that's the case, that would not be strictly for that would extend to straight people as well, right?
I would assume if let me just ask you just a quick question before this young lady finishes off. If and I'm gonna pull this off a screen just for a second. If I went to a doctor, right, and said, "Listen, doc, man, I am tired of this fucking this leg pain. Can you just cut the fucking thing off?" Do you think the doctor's gonna just cut the fucking thing off?
Apparently, with that law, even though despite being straight, if it's against their whatever their moral standards, they would not do it.
So I can't just walk in and say, "Doc, I'm just done with life. You know, is there any way you could just take me out, like kill me?"
They'll do that in Canada. Yeah.
They do that in Canada?
Yeah, it's called MAIDS, medically assisted death, basically.
You got to be shitting me.
MAIDS, MAIDS. Yeah.
I must be living under a goddamn rock. The last time
were you not here when we talked about that? No, they instead of treating like mental illness and PTSD in Canada, they will suggest that you die.
That's fucking hard. Well, Kevorkian did that. Dr.
Yeah. Well, they're doing it all. They're doing it in Canada now on the reg.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
That's not good. That's scary.
It depends on what you're dealing with, I suppose. You know.
I mean, what if you're just having a fucking bad day?
Well, that's the problem. Is they're actually suggesting that you die off of things like PTSD after you come back if you're a traumatized veteran, rather than actually giving you care. So
interesting.
Yeah.
I will have to say that these young ladies that are talking, even though they're crazy, they look quite nice.
They are all pretty, yeah.
Nice hair. Like this young lady had nice hair. The only thing she should have powered her face a little bit. It's a little glossy around the chin.
You know, sometimes it's the light bouncing off. I'm looking at the light bounce. I use different lighting tonight on mine. I feel like I'm bouncing hot as well.
That's called your gorgeousness. It's just flowing. My wife has the same thing. She just sits there and I'm like, I stare at her like I'm staring at the sun. I'm like, oh, I love you. Anyway, here we go. What?
Eva said Canada has killed over 10,000 people since they started medically assisted suicide recently.
I think we could stop this here. Because my buddy's gonna jump on and start talking shit. So, and by the way, check out the channel. You may not like him. I like him. His black conservative perspective. I
thought he had a lot of common sense. I didn't realize he was conservative. I thought he was just like a libertarian.
Nah, dude. He's I like him. I know I have a couple friends that really don't like him. But anywho, yeah. So continue. So who was saying what?
Apparently they've killed over 10,000 people through a medically assisted suicide in the recent years that this has been available.
That is absolutely insane to me.
Yep.
Like, do you guys does anybody here in the chat understand why I'm absolutely shocked and appalled by the fact that people are being medically assisted and killing themselves? Mm-hmm. I just don't get it. Like, why not just put your
as Cole Awesome Dude says, these politicians think that they're passing these new laws for the good of the country and the people, but to me, they're doing it for their own bigoted agenda. Or, you know, if you look at a bigger picture, Canada has socialized medicine, which is great, but when you're also trying to save money, you know, what's cheaper, killing somebody or treating them?
Do you have to pay to get a transition in Canada?
I don't No. I'm not sure if it's elective or for some reason, the way Canada's set up right now, and I'm sure we have Canadian listeners, so maybe you guys can help us on this. But I have a feeling because of how Canada's run that it's probably covered.
Very fucking interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this is kind of this took a turn. First started talking about DeSantis. So people want to leave Florida. A lot of liberals are not happy. So let's talk a little bit about this whole abortion thing. So it's 6 weeks. So now if you're and you got some love right here on the screen from Red Sunny 2020 24.
Thank you.
Red Sunny.
Thank you. And I
Yes.
see some people joining us too. What's up, Jamie? What's up, Chowny man?
Yeah,
Thank
what's up,
you for
Chowny man?
thank you for the biddies. Titties for boobies.
Yes. I really love this one.
What knockers?
It's nice. It's almost like classy. But anyway, what's going on, Chani, man? So
Oh, and Allie says, I would do anything to find treatment. Even at your worst, your life matters. I would agree with that. So I'm with you on that one.
really bothers me.
And Eva says she looked it up. It says most provinces will cover the cost of a sex change.
Really?
Yeah, I figured they would.
Very fucking interesting. So MV Hitman says here, I think it's 6 weeks unless medically necessary to proceed.
For abortion, yeah.
For
In Florida,
abortion.
for Florida it is.
That's
Now,
2 months
they rolled it
pregnant.
back. Now, see, the thing is, a lot of times we don't even know we're pregnant. Excuse me, until 6 weeks. So that's rough. A 6 week thing.
Would you leave Florida for that?
You can't now. Florida was the only place in the entire Sun Belt that had a liberal policy. Despite being run by Republicans pretty much forever, we were 15 weeks. And then Ron DeSantis quietly rolled it back to 6 weeks a few weeks ago. We were the only place where women could come to get an abortion, like Alabama, Georgia, Kentucky, Mississippi, Ohio, all those places, Tennessee, they all rolled back. But you can still drive over the line in Florida and get one.
You know, for all the liberals, for left-leaning liberals that aren't happy with Florida, I'll gladly switch with you. I've lived in New York City.
House swap?
Yo, I lived in New York City, not wife swap. What, you said wife swap?
No, house swap.
Oh, that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
I lived in New York my whole life, every single borough and New Jersey. And I'll tell you what, this place sucks. It's fucking terrible. I mean, the other day, I don't know if I told you this or if I texted you this, but literally, and I work in a really nice neighborhood just off of Park Avenue. One guy was literally being chased down the street by another guy wielding a house knife, like a big butcher knife. And it was like 5 PM.
Wow.
So
at least they don't limit it to nighttime.
Dude, it's crazy. You see my TikTok and everything. You see my post and stuff like that. You know what?
What knockers?
Sorry, I had to throw that out there.
I see that. Thank you for the biddies, you guys.
My goodness, man. I hope all of you guys watching our Rumble are enjoying this show. Thank you again for joining us there.
Yeah,
also on
thank you.
Twitch and on YouTube, which I hate. But please continue.
Well, let me switch tactics and talk about something positive.
Sure.
Are you up for that?
Hell fucking yeah.
Okay. So in Psychology Today, there's a very interesting story, The Power of Hope. So started reading it and I thought, oh, this is good. Let's share this with our viewers. So it's how to cultivate hope no matter how shit things are. So one of the things that hopeful people have is they see challenges as opportunities to grow and learn rather than as obstacles. This is the key to success for many high hope people. So, right now, people high in hope have sustainably better physical and mental well-being. They also tend to live longer and happier lives. High hope people see and respond to the world differently, and they use their thoughts to focus on what they can control. So, being as though we're inundated constantly with negativity, and the first part of the show right now wasn't any probably wasn't helping there. So let's get to the good stuff.
What are you gonna do? Like we say here in New York, see somebody getting stabbed. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So we like to balance. We like to have balance. So let's get to the good stuff here. So, but you know, we're constantly inundated with negativity, and I believe personally that's by design. There's an effort to keep the collective energy down as a whole, and if we are all one and we are all connected, it's really easy to keep that energy at a lower vibration. So how do you can't always change the world, but you can change yourself. So things up, down, right? Use those downs as look at them as a challenge to grow and learn. So instead of a massive obstacle, like, oh God, this shit happens to me all the time. Kick me when I'm down. Look at it like, okay, all right, I got this. We'll get through this. So another thing that high hope people do is they know they set goals. So even if it's small goals, like in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to do 3 emails. In the next 20 minutes, I'm going to knock out a little HIIT workout, HIIT, high impact, high intensity interval training workout. And I'll knock out like a leg workout, you know, small goals. And that keeps your energy up. So you're like, you give yourself an energy boost, and that brings more positive energy because positive brings positive, right?
Sure.
So you constantly give yourself little goals. You hit those goals, you make more goals. So high hope people know that without a clear goal, it's easy to get distracted and lose focus. They don't let life happen to them. They proactively make decisions and take action to move forward in their lives.
I can dig it.
So
I can dig it.
You do these little goals, you visualize your goals, you make a goal, you hit it, you got better energy now. One way this gets done is through these micro goals. So like I said, getting 3 emails out in the next 15 minutes, or preparing lunch in the next 10 minutes, pre-cooking in the next 45 minutes for the week. Setting goals and taking action can create an upward spiral of engagement and accomplishment, which creates better energy for us. So
cool.
Another one, stick with positive people. Yeah. Being around positive people is one way to keep an optimistic mindset.
Like me and April, hang out with us.
We all know this. Yeah. We all know this. So it doesn't mean you can't be around negative people or support negative people, but you got to balance that out. You know, you can't be around nothing but negative people. Focus on the present. So people high in hope tend to focus on what's in front of them right now. They don't dwell in the past. They don't worry about the future. Although they do set the goals for themselves, they stay focused on what's happening right now. So my friend's always like, what are we going to do? Such and such and such. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just doing this right now. Let me just get through this right now. So
I agree with this comment down here from Champagne.
Looking at beautiful boobs will improve your mood. That is scientifically correct, believe it or not.
Squeezing.
So
you know,
there are 2 things that will lift your mood, and believe it or not, looking at boobs and puppies.
Yes.
Elevate people's moods.
Aren't they the same?
Isn't that weird? Kind of, right?
Puppies.
Oh. It is true. It will, like, they'll give you a little bit of an endorphin boost. Yeah.
Seriously, I've said this 1,000 times here on this show and other shows, and my wife gets embarrassed, but I think for a woman who's almost 50 like me, my wife's breasts are incredible. Like they are just beautiful. And I love, and I'm not being a smart ass. I literally love putting my head in between them in the morning. And there's like a warmth. I kid you not. There's a warmth. And I just, it makes me feel better. And it's not even sexual at times, but it leads in sex. But anyway, most of the time it's just, there's a comfort there. And seriously squeezing, holding.
That only applies to half the, well, maybe slightly more than half of the people out there. The rest of us don't really get a thrill out of squeezing, but I guess I could squeeze my own boobs. Like, what if I'm not feeling like optimistic on squeezing my own boobs right now. Puppies.
If you're gay, grab each other's dicks. Does that work the same? I don't know how that works. I don't know either.
I don't know.
We have to ask.
Right?
Colin
Sometimes
about
there's just no dick to grab. It's just some of us ladies, let alone.
I hear that. Well, you can stroke a dog.
Yep, we can stroke a dog. So
stroke a dog. By the way, your hair looks really nice. I know you were talking about your hair before.
Oh, thank you.
I like it.
I had an experimental colorist color it, and
it's pretty cool, actually. I'm digging it.
Thank you.
I can't take my eyes off. It's like a fiery reddish, a little yellow.
We went kind of orange with it. So thought, no, it's here now, so I'm gonna rock it there. So
J Hall's
yeah.
in the house. Wedgie dude,
Wedgie dude, what's up, Wedgie dude, and J Hall. So have I ever given anyone a wedgie before? Yeah, I got a brother, of course.
Oh, fuck yeah. I've given a couple of people. I'm a pretty big guy. I did that a lot. Actually, in the locker room, I play a lot of sports, and we used to, fuck around. Now, I guess you would consider that to be gay or whatever, but
no, that's locker room stuff.
We did some stupid shit back then.
Yeah.
Can't talk about it. Crazy shit.
Hey, DJ, what's up?
Are you seeing some names you haven't seen in a while?
I am. Yeah, DJ's coming in from Germany. What's up?
Oh, from Germany. I love Germany.
Yeah.
Yes, you guys have listen, there's a family that lives in the building.
Diane Winona. She's like, that's what a good dildo is for when you're lacking vitamin D.
Oh, vitamin D. Like dick. Get it?
Yes.
Yo, there's a family in that they come visit. They live in the building I work in. And they always come, especially the wife. She's a sweetheart, and the kids. And anyway, she brings this giant bag of German chocolate every time she comes for me and my wife. Oh,
DJ, listen to this. I'll never forget this. When I went over to Germany, he asked me to bring Coors Light of all things. And my friend asked me also to bring Irish Spring soap. Those were and somebody else wanted Peeps. The marshmallow Peeps.
They're great.
That's what I had to bring to Germany. Like, I'll go to Germany. I bring stuff. I come back to the United States. I bring stuff back. You know what the Americans wanted from Germany?
What's that? Chocolate.
Of course, we wanted chocolate and absinthe. We wanted the absinthe.
What the hell's absinthe?
Oh, look that up, my dear.
No, tell us. Come on, don't make me
Absinthe.
type shit.
Okay, absinthe is a combination of alcohol and marijuana. Basically, it's been around for a very long time.
What?
It's like a liquid marijuana inside alcohol. It's been around for a very long time. It will, as somebody says, Hitman says, it will rock your effing world.
Listen, don't.
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
Don't mess with me.
Look it up, absinthe. So I was bringing back small bottles of absinthe from France because it's still legal there. So every time I go over somewhere, I'll bring something and come back with something. So yeah.
See, like right now, when we're done with this, my body's fucking wrecked. So I'm just gonna I have this beautiful green pack of Runts. You know what Runts OG is?
No.
It's marijuana. It's a sweet weed.
Okay.
Very, very mellow. Some cool shit, man. Me and my wife's gonna play some Resident Evil. I'm gonna lay down on this couch right here. And I'm just gonna relax.
Get some spaghetti.
And that's a positive thing, right? Smoking
that
weed
is
positive.
a positive. Weed is positive. Cool, awesome dude wants Jerry Lawler saying puppies with Pec Flex.
All right, I'm gonna get that.
I would agree.
I will download that. Puppies. I can't do
so,
that.
Chuck says I still have the bottle you sent me. I brought back like 6 bottles for people. I forgot I sent you one, Chuck. That's awesome. So anyway, these are the things that I hope people do. And at the end of the day, they keep the faith. They know from their own past that they've gotten through it before and that they will get through it again. So positive people, keep a positive outlook, make small goals, keep that energy up, focus on the present, be self-reflective, don't get distracted. So yeah, things like that.
So I'm going to share something with you, April, and I was going to talk to you about it off air, but I said, fuck it, let me just talk to you about it here.
Talk to me about it.
So I went to the doctor the other day, and I've been suffering from the Achilles tendonitis. I have bad knees. I was an athlete. I played every fucking sport. I used to box, so I actually have arthritis in my hands. I have a box. Like if you look at my fists, they're all fucking swollen and shit. And when I went to my doctor, April, right? And he goes, I said, Doc, I'm falling apart. And he literally looked me in the face and he said, Ray, I'm going to tell you something. You know why? And I said, well, I don't know. He goes, because you're fucking fat. That's my dog, Dr. D.
Did he know that you go by Big Ray, though? And it would ruin your gimmick to be Small Ray?
No, well, here's the thing. I've always been big, but I've always been big and strong. Now I'm just fucking fat. So here's what's going to happen.
He just said it just like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dr. D is
that's New York.
Fucking dope. And we have that relationship, the doctor and I.
Colin said you went for gender affirming care.
Oh, Colin can suck my cock. Anyway, Colin, why don't you
I
jump
love
in?
how we change all these languages. Like instead of a sex change, we just make this big, huge label, gender affirming.
Why
care.
doesn't Colin ever just jump in?
I don't know.
Talk so much shit.
I
Jump
know.
in, Colin. You know how to get in the gimmick. Anyway.
Okay, so apparently you're fucking fat.
So yeah, I'm fucking fat. So here's the deal. Starting this week,
Mm-hmm.
I'm making a positive change.
Okay.
So my wife did the shopping this week, and we're gonna go more high protein vegetables, fruit. I'm staining my body. I'm staining from high, sugars and all those other.
Stay away from the whites.
Right. I'm trying to stay. I'm Puerto Rican. What do you think? I don't want to get shot. Oh, you mean food, not people.
Either.
Oh, all right. Well,
whatever
it's New
works
York.
for you. Yeah.
I'm going to start. The best shape I was in when I was doing, believe it or not, yoga.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing yoga. I'm going back into doing it. My wife is a yogi. That's why I love her a lot. She's very flexible. Anyway, she's a yogi. We're going to be doing it together. We're going to be going on our walks, and I'm going to start repairing my body. So I want you all to kind of like monitor me. I'm going to be I'll be posting stuff up on social media.
We'll hold you accountable.
A little bit of a journey. I'm going to go back on to get me back to where I was. Now scroll back only 2 or 3 years ago and look at the way I looked then. And look at my fat fucking ass now. So I think that's positive, right?
It is. Well, let's do your journey with you, Ray.
Yeah. They're asking what'd you
don't make sure you yeah, I'm sure I have. What'd you do? This is you're on a podcast about current events, right? Not like
I think what'd you do is 2 seconds away from getting the
there's a
the old
time and
axe.
place. The time and place would be go to patreon.com/AprilHunter and we can have this discussion. So
Gammy. That's my boy Gammy right here. Gammy.
And I see Music is Life podcast. Hello. Absinthe DJ says is basically made of wormwood. You had to look it up in German. It is Wermut, right? Was ist das für einen Scheiße?
What the fuck did you just say? I feel like I need an adult. Did you just say you wanted to take a shit on me?
No, it's sehr gut, sehr gut. I was speaking the Deutsch very badly, I'm sure, right?
To all my Italian people, buonanotte.
Buonanotte.
Buonanotte. Si parla italiano?
Poco.
Poco? See, I have an Italian family, and they bug out when I speak Italian with them. Anywho, do you have any other stories like positive?
I do. Well, I've got some stories in general. So
we will speak about this Indiana councilman soon.
Okay.
Who comes out as a woman of color. I think it's hilarious, but go ahead.
Okay. So there is a new thing to keep an eye out for. We're talking about food. So something called Apeel. So it's Apeel. Apeel.
I saw
this
that.
This was created. I'm trying to find some pictures for you guys right now.
Apeel. What am I looking? I can look it up and just put it up on the screen.
Okay, Apeel, and this is being sprayed on your fruits and vegetables. And what it does, it's a preservative. It will keep your fruits and vegetables from going bad quicker.
Well, again,
No.
APP.
No, Apeel, like Apeel.
And should I put spray?
Yeah, that's a spray. Well, you can just find it. This was created by the World Economic Forum and Bill Gates. It's one of Bill Gates's pet projects.
Got it.
So, none of us like our fruits and vegetables going bad quickly, but you should probably know that this is not what it seems. You make your own choices, your own decisions.
This it right here?
Yeah, but you should find the labels and the chemicals. Just type it. Just don't type in the spray. Just type in Apeel.
Oh, you want me to find the Apeel?
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Yeah.
I'll do this live. We'll do it live.
There you go. So, see the sticker right there?
Yeah,
if
this
you
one?
Right there with the avocado. If you don't want that chemical on your food, which you cannot wash off, and it is full of chemicals, look for that little one on the left there, right there, that says Apeel, and they have to label it. So keep an eye out for that.
This one right here says
yes.
Zero hunger, zero waste.
Right. So this is all under the guise of the no waste food, the green, the eco. Unfortunately, these chemicals are, it's The Apeel is a California-based company that's fighting the $2.6 trillion global food waste crisis by using advances in materials and science to prevent waste in the first place. The world's growing and urgent food demands will transform the world's food supply chain by eliminating the need for the cold chain. The company's breakthrough technology doubles the lifespan of harvested fruits and vegetables without refrigeration, which dramatically reduces food waste and preserves natural resources and helps the global food system operate more harmoniously. Now, do you want food that doesn't ever go bad? I'm going to give you an example of when this happened previously. So back in the 80s, the chemical that was created from corn syrup, so they added corn syrup to everything. It didn't matter if it was cheese, bread, milk, everything. They added it because corn syrup was cheaper than sugar. That's how they first started using it. Then they found out that corn syrup made bread last longer. I mean, we all have bread that's been in there for 6 weeks, right? And it has not gone bad. It has not turned moldy.
Sure.
We have milk that lasts a month now. We have processed foods that have corn syrup in there. But what happened with corn syrup is it is more brutal on your system than sugar. Then this is how type 2 diabetes started being so prevalent from the 80s. It will drive your insulin up, drop it, drive it up, drop it, drive it up, drop it. And because you don't know where all this corn syrup is hiding, because there's so many sugars in your processed foods now, that's why so many people started getting fatter and fatter and fatter as of the 80s.
So it's the food's fault. It's not my fault that I like cake.
Honestly, a lot of it is the food. So it is a lot of the food, and it is dry. It's it just is. So, and that was all done to preserve food and to cut corners, and this is too. So bear that in mind when you think about eating this stuff with these new chemicals. So
I agree with Jane.
And hi, Fred. What's up? How are you doing? Food is delicious.
Food is fucking delicious.
And this will be on organic stuff too, so keep an eye out. So
this is bad for you.
Sticker. I'm gonna lean towards yes. I don't think our food should be sprayed with stuff to make it last for weeks.
And you don't have any idea what it does to your body yet, right? We don't know what it does to us.
It is going to be sprayed with something that apparently raises like full of something with monotriglycerides, saturated fats. I read it earlier. I should have written it down. I did not. I'm sure somebody else smarter than I am can answer this.
Oh shit! Fried says Bill Gates made it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. The ingredients are mono and diglycerides of fatty acids, but they contain trans fat that promotes inflammation of the body. So this is a Bill Gates company.
Oh, fuck no.
So if you're okay with that, you go for it.
Listen, it's up to you guys. This is why we're not the type of people that tell you what to do.
Yep.
We can give you some advice.
Right.
And what works for us may not work
aware
for you.
of it. You make your own choices.
Right. And if you eat the shit and you grow a dick out of your forehead, that's on you. It's not my fault. Just saying.
But that is the label right there that you want to look for on your food.
Apeel. I've never seen that in my life.
Well, you're going to start seeing it.
No. I got to tell my wife about that.
Yeah.
Huh. Colin just told me to suck it. Anywho.
So there's that. Like I said, you make your own choices, but at least you can make an informed choice now. And speaking of informed choice, I spoke with a very well-known cardiologist this week, and I asked him some tough questions, and he was kind enough to answer them all for me. Okay, so the first one I asked for was if he was seeing a lot of side effects long term from the Johnson & Johnson.
Oh yeah, you were asking me about that.
Yes. So he said that because I always assumed that one was the safest vaccination, and it would seem that it is. He said he's not seeing any side effects long term from that vaccination. It also seems to exit the system or fade out pretty quickly. The second question I asked was about the mRNA carrying over in milk. So they managed to, I think, have it isolate with cow's milk, and it has been detected in mother's milk. So he said as long as the mother did not jab during pregnancy, the infant shouldn't have taken on the mRNA.
I know plenty of parents that actually took the jab while they were pregnant. Unfortunately,
Yeah, that's a problem. He said, I think it's just common sense. You don't take a jab during pregnancy because you're not allowed to have a shellfish or a glass of wine. Obviously, don't take a vaccine either. But that's insane to me that somebody would take medication during pregnancy. But it can get passed on during pregnancy. My other question was: is the mRNA transferable through sex or semen or any kind of shedding? And he said, as far as they can tell, no. And that it would have shown up in the unvaccinated by now.
Interesting.
So he said this is a question a lot of people have wondered about. But it seems that we can go ahead and date who we want. And
it's not you can't get an injection from the injection. I don't know how to ask this.
Is it passed by semen?
Yeah.
So apparently not. That was I asked that directly.
Okay. All right, just making sure.
And War Demon says it's my fault. He says it's my fault I'm diabetic. It's not actually.
It's not your fault, War Demon.
While type 2 diabetes is a man-made disease, it's not your fault you're diabetic, especially in this country. A lot of times people don't know what is hiding in their food. And, if you don't know the labels and you don't know what's going in the food and you're not aware of the corn syrup and the situations, no, it's not necessarily your fault.
What is a woman? What?
So he also said there are two sets of side effects associated with the mRNA. The first onset is within a few weeks to a few months. That's what we've seen with the clots, the embolisms, the sudden death, the myocarditis. The second set is long-term in the form of heart attacks, and that comes about a year or two out. This does not mean that you or yours will have a heart attack. So this means knowledge is power. And what it means is your best bet right now is obviously to avoid any more jabs. Make sure your kids aren't getting them and that they're not required for school. Clean up your personal habits if they're not good. And I think you should limit your exercise to low impact exercise. So walk instead of run, yoga instead of soccer.
That's what I got to do.
Yeah,
That's
yoga instead of soccer.
Right.
Don't overtax your heart until you've had some time to heal and get past all of this.
Right.
And he was telling me that they've actually identified the catalyst that comes from what is causing this, and they're working on it.
And the whole boob squeezing thing is part of that.
Yeah,
I want to do tons of that.
It can be.
I'm just saying. You know what's funny? I said, I want to find a feel good story. Mm-hmm. And when you type in feel good stories, you don't get many. I'm serious. It's like I'm like feel good story today. It's like a Texas man executed after stabbing.
Look for go to Good News Network. They have them.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, it really is. It's a thing.
You promise me?
I swear. It's called Good News Network. I get the newsletter all the time.
Good News Network. Mm-hmm. By the way, for those watching for the first time, we do this sometimes.
Yeah.
We'll have like a list of shit.
So if you guys want good news, go to Good News Network if you want feel good stories. And if you want news that's not slanted in any direction, go to 1440. I don't know if it's 1440.com or 1440news.com, but it's 1440. And it's no opinion, no liberal, no conservative. It's just the facts.
Well, this is great.
Newsletter. I know, right?
It even looks nice.
I know.
Oh.
I know. You're picking something there?
What does it say? I mean, they have the first story that pops up. It says this hero, 13-year-old, grabs the steering wheel and stops school bus after the driver passes out. That's a feel-good story.
Yeah.
But the driver did pass out because he was having a heart attack, so that's pretty bad. I'm just saying.
The kid's a hero.
But the guy almost died. I mean, it is what it is.
What are you going to focus on, Ray? The good or the bad there?
God damn it. Let me jump into my story here.
Okay, go on.
I've been dying. Let me put this shit up here.
Oh wait, I wanted to tell you something else real quick.
Yeah,
And we're
sure.
going to put your story up.
No, take your time. We got like a half
There's
an hour.
something else that came with the hope thing that's kind of tags onto that, and it's called the healing power of water. So something about water helps us get into the flow, helps us concentrate. And I was reading about it, and one of the things is that all water counts. Like all lives matter. All water counts.
Right.
So it doesn't matter if you're at a stream, it's a bathtub, a pool, even a sprinkler. If you just sit and watch water, it actually has a regenerative process.
This is why we want to live. I'm sorry. This is one of the reasons
Why you want to live in Florida? I know.
Why we want to live in Florida, because we'll be surrounded by beaches everywhere.
Yep. So 2 hours of nature per week is enough to regenerate, neurologically, like regenerate you. So you can do that in little 15, 20-minute bites a day. Just go out there, here, and see if you can get near water. But any water counts, including just listening to it. So if you have like a soundscape at night and you have like the sound of waves or a babbling brook, that helps too.
Does beer count as water?
I believe so. Is it Bud Light?
No.
Okay.
No.
Then yeah, it counts for sure.
No. Fuck that. Bud
Yep.
Light. Bud Light does not taste good. It really doesn't.
No, I'll be honest with you. I would take Bud Light over Miller Light. Miller Light is like piss.
You don't like Miller Lite? I fucking love Miller Lite.
God. I don't know if it
What?
changed, but it used to be so bad.
Well, I'm Puerto Rican, so it's either like Heineken.
What does that
or
have to
Coors
do with
Light.
anything?
I'll tell you why.
Heineken. Yeah, Heineken's good.
It's either Heineken or Coors Light most
Okay.
of the time. Old Puerto Ricans from back in the day with Budweisers.
Yeah.
But like kind of, I love a nice
Right?
ice
Jay Hall?
cold. What Jay Hall say? What did he say?
Said Miller Lite is piss.
No, it's not. It's better than fucking Bud Light.
All
Light's
those
nasty.
light beers suck. They just suck. So
Doesn't it
honestly,
taste-
nobody's talking about Corona. Corona beer is good.
No, Anheuser-Busch. Don't buy it.
It's Anheuser. Damn it! Come on,
Dos
you just ruined
Equis.
it for me.
Have you had Dos Equis?
Dos Equis is good. Yeah.
Dos Equis. That is a good.
Sapporo.
That's a great beer. I love a good Guinness.
That's dark.
Not
It's
a lot
dark.
of people.
It's
No,
dark.
It's wicked dark, like they say in
Wicked dark.
Boston.
It's wicked pissa.
Yeah, they jump in the car, and go to the bar.
Where's
But
the
yeah.
khakis?
I love a good ice cold Guinness, even though in certain parts of the world they drink their Guinness warm.
Warm. Yeah, like certain parts of the world, meaning like Ireland, where it's made.
Have you ever
Fred says Chimay Blue.
Yingling? Oh, I love
Yingling. That's a Pennsylvania Pottstown, baby.
Yingling is the shit.
Pottstown.
Yingling is the shit.
You know what I like? I like there's an Ybor City beer called High Lie, and
Never heard of
it's made right here in Ybor City by it's a Cigar City Brewing, and it is strong as fuck. It's like 10% High Lie, and it's a light, fruity, amazing, and it's like one beer is equal to 2.5. It is strong.
What is wrong with Colin?
Colin, that's great. Ray likes his beer like he likes his men, dark with a thick head.
And you like your beer like you like your men with a penis.
Oh God, you guys.
Oh my God, yo, I love Yingling. My girlfriend at the time, which is crazy because her name was Jennifer Lynn Downing, and my wife is also JLD. Is that crazy? But she's the one that introduced me to Yingling. We went, I forgot what was it. Went to Delaware, and her uncle was like, "Would you like a beer?" And I'm like, "Sure, I would like a beer, sir." He was a military man, by the way. We were on the base, and he handed me a Yingling. I'm like, "What is this?" He's like, "It's one of the best beers in America." Just like that. Fucking, he had the big, thick fireman's mustache. You could tell he was in good shape. Older guy. Handed me that Yingling and changed my life forever. Anyway.
Older men who are in good shape. My friend and I were just talking about this. We were looking at a calendar of like all topless dudes, shirtless dudes.
Oh, that's hot.
We're at the hair salon and they had a calendar in the back and they were. And it was like all these really young baby face guys. And then we got to an older guy who was like 50 and in shape. And we were just like, oh yeah.
Why? Tell me, because I
don't know, but we were like older
Motivate me.
guys. Older guys that are in good shape are like diamonds in the rough. Like they're so rare. You know what I mean? It's like be an older dude who's in good shape and you will blow away the younger guys in good shape. Yeah. Seasoned and sexy, she said.
Is it the same as the the whole MILF thing, like
Maybe.
an older woman that's really like attractive and well put together.
I don't know. I don't know the MILF thing, but I just know like an older guy who takes care of himself. It's like, okay, this guy has his shit together, because how you do one thing is how you do everything, right?
Right.
So if he takes care of his hair, his skin, he looks good. He's got his shit together, and he can, a DILF, right?
A DILF, what is that? A daddy I love to fuck?
Yeah, exactly. Or a GILF at this point if they're in their 50s, I guess.
Granddaddy.
He's a granddaddy. He's a granddaddy motherfucker. But I don't know. I guess that's what that age is at times now. But a dude that's in really great shape who is, in this well into his 50s or 40s, 50s, 60s, whatever. It's like, okay, this guy can have a conversation. He's got some wisdom behind him. He knows things. He can probably MacGyver stuff.
Like Joe Biden.
I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that. And he's
I'm
hot.
fucking kidding. Fuck that.
And he's hot. Disco said PILF, a poppy. PILF.
Poppy.
I like PILF.
Is that a Latin man like me?
Yeah, a PILF. I like a PILF. That's good.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
But is that right? Yeah. I guess that's why I always use Sean Connery as an example. How women thought he was an incredibly handsome man, but as he got older, for some reason, he became even more of a sex symbol.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he was never did it for me, but yeah, I totally understand.
Who out of any celebrity that as they got older, you found more attractive? I know my wife finds this dickhead. He's not a dick. He's actually supposed to be a really sweetheart of a guy. From The Matrix. What's his name? Whoa, dude. Keanu Reeves.
Right.
Do you agree?
I know a lot of women like him. He doesn't do it for me either. I gotta think.
Apparently, he's a very nice man, like a gentleman too.
I know. We were talking when we watched that movie, or not movie. We watched. I can only think of the most recent things because I don't get hung up on celebrities.
Sure.
But the most recent thing was, I like Keanu. I think he's an amazing human being. Actually.
Right.
I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm not saying he doesn't do it for me. I'm just saying I don't know if I'd walk over hot coals to suck his dick.
Wow. Fuck. I gotta use that as a soundbite somehow. Fuck.
So we were just talking about the most recent show we saw, which was Beef, right? The Japanese husband in there.
I'm sorry, the dick and then beef.
Yeah, sorry.
Nothing.
The Japanese husband in there, totally hot. So
I'm gonna look him up.
Yeah.
I will
he's a
tell
nice
you.
looking guy. Nice looking guy.
And he's Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
I just type in Japanese
Husband beef.
Husband. I hope something else doesn't come up. I swear to God.
I can't remember his name. I don't know.
The TV show?
Beef.
Is it a TV show?
Yeah.
I don't want no fucking Japanese wang in my face here. Okay, here we go. Beef TV series, Japanese husband. All right, let's see what this guy. Oh, okay. Let me pull him up here.
What? Like I got bad taste or something?
I'm just saying, dude. I don't know. Let me see.
Okay, or like Ragnar Lothbrok.
This guy right here. This dude.
Yeah, it's not his best picture, but yeah, he's a nice looking guy.
That guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's all right.
He's all right. He's a nice looking guy.
Here's a closer up. Oh boy, April, what the hell's wrong with you?
Come on. He's not very photogenic. He's videogenic though.
Jesus Christmas, this guy looks like a foot.
He's a nice looking guy.
He's all right.
All right, the dude that played Ragnar Lothbrok in Vikings.
April, I'm sorry, you could do better than this.
We're just talking about guys recently that we watched. Just recently.
I'm gonna shut this down. This guy's too ugly. I'm fucking with you. Relax.
Oh my God.
Damn it. Never tell a woman to relax, by the way. I just that was a death.
Whatever.
All right. Let's jump into this quick story real quick. I'll play this video.
Okay.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Share. Play. Take off mute.
Thank you. Now moving on, Team Aid, as a Delaware County councilman is coming out as transgender and a woman of color. Delaware County Councilman Ryan Webb announced that he now identifies as an Indian American woman. Since that announcement, he's received some support, but a lot of backlash, many calling him childish, despicable, even calling for things like execution. In a statement Webb gave to ITMate, he says, quote, "It is unfortunate that I cannot simply be given the same space and respect to explore my identity that so many of those targeting me demand for themselves. It's possible I may change my mind down the road. The process of identity exploration is complex, and oftentimes at the end of our personal journey, we end right back where we started." Webb goes on to tell ITMate this is just his true, authentic self. Oh, thank you.
That is fucking hilarious. So
That's so funny. He's just doing what everybody else is doing.
well, that's the thing.
What is a woman?
Well,
A woman is just how you feel, right? Apparently.
Says here, a white councilman in Indiana sparks outrage after proclaiming himself to be a lesbian woman of color who is living his life as his true self. But angry trans locals call out for him to resign. Let me just read this really quickly. It says a white Republican councilman in Indiana has sparked outrage for jokingly declaring himself a lesbian woman of color in a Facebook post made early this month. Delaware councilman, you can look him up. His name is Ryan Webb with 2 B's. Wrote that he considered himself an Indian American woman, saying he finally feels comfortable sharing his true authentic self, but many have not played into this alleged farce. I'm reading this off of a very far left-leaning. Anyway, your thoughts on this gentleman who's just playing the game, brother?
I know. He's just don't hate the player, hate the game, right?
All right, let me just bring up.
So here, I got a thing, okay?
Sure.
I watched something this weekend in England. It was called Let Her Speak. Or Let Women Speak. And if you look up the hashtag on Twitter, you'll see it. Let Women Speak. And it was women speaking out about what's going on with all the trans stuff and losing their rights. Or allegedly losing their rights, however you want to look at it. And my question is this. There was a lot of dudes there in dresses, okay?
Okay.
This is not someone who's transgender. These are transvestites. There's a difference. So when did people that just put on someone else's clothes of the opposite sex become entitled to have the same rights as the clothing they wear? So if I go ahead and put on a business suit, a man's business suit, do I automatically get men's rights? If I say, well, now I identify as a man, I want the goddamn WWE heavyweight title.
Well, I think you could win it.
I do too.
A lot of these wrestlers.
I was the only female to have the tag team titles.
I got to tell you something, April. I don't know if I
But
said
I worked for it. I worked for it.
You earned it. Rip
And
Rogers
I want
101.
the same pay. I want the same pay. So I want all the rights. So all I have to do is just put on a suit. I don't have to do anything else because that's how it seems like it is. Like
I'm sorry.
put on a wig.
This is the picture of the councilman.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for equal rights. I am. I fucking think all humans should have equal rights. But it's getting like stupid now.
Well,
there are people who are going through legit surgeries.
Absolutely.
And they've been going through these surgeries. And this is their to turn into the person that they want to be. And this is making them into a mockery as well.
Why don't we hear from our sister's mouth real quick?
Okay.
Here we go.
At L'Oreal Group.
Oh, no L'Oreal. Why is there always a fucking commercial for every goddamn thing?
Because they want you to buy their exclusive.
I don't want to buy L'Oreal.
I know.
Anyway, it's gonna be done in 3, 2, 1.
That page, you'll find a post where he is trashing transgenders, saying that they all have mental health issues that need addressed, et cetera, et cetera. It's a
By the way, these are some people opposed to him.
pretty lengthy post. I'm not going to read the whole thing. You can go to his page. If something happens that he deletes it, feel free to message me. I'll send it to you. I have screenshots of all of it.
Of course, she has screenshots. It's not like this woman seems like she has a lot going on for her right now.
Her name's Karen.
Yeah.
The actions that Ryan has taken are very embarrassing to the city of Muncie at this point. If you're transgender, that's fine. He is creating a conflict against some transgenders based on his post.
My question to you, April, is who's to say that this isn't his truth, though? I'm being serious.
Well, here's the thing. Everybody has their own truth now instead of the truth. Nobody gets to have you don't get to have your own truth. I don't get to have my own truth.
Why not?
Because there's only the truth. So everybody starts having their own truth. It distorts what the truth actually is. So
I'm going to continue listening to this old hag.
And the fact that, he's flaunting the
Number one, it's she. Respect her pronouns.
the minority,
she, her,
lesbian as such, as the first council person as a lesbian. And I don't understand why he would trash transgenders in one post and the very next day decide that he is transgender.
Let's fast forward.
I'm dying laughing.
Thank
Fred goes, the twins are all natural. That's April's real truth. Absolutely. Fred, you nailed it.
Goddamn right. I want to hear our councilwoman, our first lesbian councilwoman of color. Let's see if she goes up to talk here. Oh yes, here she is. I can't wait to hear from this person. Here
It was touching to see.
Elise Jameson.
Here we go. Nice round of applause as he steps to the podium, grabs the mic like a strong woman.
First of all, I want to thank the council for the beautiful roses and the tribute to Jane Lassiter. That was very beautiful, and it was touching to see.
How lovely.
So thank you. Last week,
that's him.
Yeah.
Councilperson Ryan Webb
damn it.
announced publicly on social media and to several news outlets that he now identifies as.
No, I'm sorry. This is not him.
Oh, this is somebody else.
Somebody else complaining.
I'm
sorry.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I apologize. This is somebody else complaining, but I found this.
This is what I was just talking about, right? A wig and a dress.
Well, I don't know. This looks like a woman to me, right? No. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see.
As a lesbian woman of color, retaining his male pronouns and bragging that he is now the first, this is a quote, LGBTQ plus woman of color to ever sit on the Delaware County Council, and claiming to have shattered the local glass ceiling, end quote.
Amen.
If he were serious, I'd sing his praises.
How do we know he's not serious? I mean, Dylan Mulvaney.
Even says, "Is this a woman or a man?"
Who
Should
knows?
it matter? Does I don't know.
Looks like my old elementary school library teacher. But
remember, all our teachers used to look like that.
Yes,
and they sounded like that too. Like they smoke a cigarette in class too. They're like, "Now open up to page 22. Who wants to read out loud?"
All my kids' teachers look like fucking April. They look like you. I'm like, what the fuck? When did this happen?
Oh, God.
All right, let's finish listening to this dude. I mean, this lady.
But instead, I know better.
Oh, he does.
We all do.
Do we?
I know better because of his history of making hateful, anti-trans statements on social media and disrespecting one's pronouns.
Oh.
He has purposely and intentionally misgendered me, ridiculing my own gender identity.
Which is?
That's not something transgender people do to one another.
11th.
Enough.
Okay.
Enough.
I can understand how that person might be easily misgendered.
Wow.
I suppose.
This all started. Do you remember that viral video with that gentleman that walked into the convenience store and he's like, "Ma'am, call me ma'am." Do you remember that one? The original one? No.
No.
Do you guys out there remember that one video with this hulking dude that looked like what was that fucking movie? He looked like He-Man, kind of, walking in with a wig and a pair of tight pants and you could tell he's got at least a 7-incher soft, and he's just like, "I'm a man, I'm a woman." Excuse me, I don't fucking.
I was so confused. What was I reading? It was since before a collapse without war, that nations that become obsessed with gender to create conflict in normal stuff. And this has happened in pretty much every nation that has collapsed. And that's interesting, right? Like,
no, J-Hole's making me laugh.
Oh,
Merman, Dad, Merman. Anyway, please continue.
No, I'm just saying this is the longest time we've gone without war, right? So now we're getting obsessed with gender, and we're going to just create conflict out of nothing.
It's a fucking, you know what? It's so crazy. You're right. It's the first time we've gone. How long? When's the last time we had a war? 91? Like a real war?
No, World War
World
II
War.
in the 40s. Yeah, almost 100 years ago.
Jesus Christmas. So we got to create our own wars.
Mm-hmm.
It's a goddamn
Exactly,
shame,
because
April.
we can't do peace. We're not those people.
April, what are you doing there?
We got biddies. I'm showing titties right now.
Knockers.
Boobies. And
There
she
you
showed
go.
me her boobies, and I like them too.
Thank you.
Jesus Christ.
Thank
You
you.
don't get
thank
this. I'm sure you don't get this on other channels on Rumble. Just throwing it out there. I've seen a couple of the channels. You don't get these. April, is there anything you could take us home with really quickly? We got about 3 minutes left. Something positive, maybe, to make people smile.
Wow, you just put me on the spot right there, huh?
No, you could just talk about anything. Talk about your dogs. Your cat Simba, whatever his name is. What is his name?
he exited stage left over there.
Beautiful, big, beautiful cat. I'm allergic though,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
You probably wouldn't be to this one. He's a Maine Coon. They're hypoallergenic.
You serious?
Yeah, there are about 10 breeds of cats that are hypoallergenic because of the hormone level. It's not the fur, it's the hormone level in them. It's the FE1 that comes from their saliva. So when they lick their fur, people think that it's the fur, but it's not. So
Can you Google? Because me and Jen were thinking, look, if we can't do a dog, we'll do a cat. But I'm really I love all animals, by the way, guys.
Mhm.
The only animal I don't like are giant cockroaches, mice, and rats. I fucking hate them all. But
yeah,
other
but
than
some
that,
rats are really cute too.
dude, don't you dare.
I know you're from New York, but still.
These rats in New York are not the same. They all wear leather jackets. They all have fucking knives. Some have guns. You know, the rats over here in New York are disgusting. They go anyway.
But yeah, there are a couple of breeds of cats that are hypoallergenic. So you want to get a neutered male or a neutered female, and they have less of the hormone too in those breeds.
War Demon says, my ears need something soothing.
Oh,
How about some ASMR?
we could do that.
Would you like some ASMR?
We have Chuck's birthday tomorrow, so we could sing happy birthday to him.
We can sing happy birthday. Would you like me to do that for him?
Yes,
ASMR.
yeah.
All right, let me start.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Chuck Flicks.
Oh, I was going to say Chuckster. It's kind of
Do
personal.
that too. Go ahead. Happy birthday to you.
We are slow. Holy shit.
I felt like that was like just going backwards.
MV Hitman says, Big Ray sounds like Carol Channing.
No, seriously, thank you for being here tonight. We really appreciate it. So we are on at 7:00 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday nights. You can catch us on Twitch, YouTube, Rumble. If you are listening, we're on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. If you want to see more of me, you can find me at Patreon, April Hunter, or you can see me at Twitter, April Hunter, or Real April Hunter, and Instagram, Real April Hunter. Where are you, Ray?
Well, you can find me on all social media, and I mean all social media, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at Big Ray Hernandez. Very, very simple. You can find me on Facebook at Raymond Big Ray Hernandez. And if you're not a weirdo, and if you don't message me as soon as you give me a friend request, I will accept you. Please stop doing that.
That is a social no-no, isn't it?
Oh
It's a
my
new thing.
God.
It's like
It's
having
like-
your phone at the table when you're eating dinner.
Brother, it's like oh, all right, this person looks cool. Click. 3 minutes later, hey, so how's it going? What?
Mm-hmm.
We haven't even had a coffee yet.
I know.
April, thank you so much for
Boobies.
for doing this show with me. I have a ton of fun. We have some of the best people in our chat in the world.
We do.
I guess we can say goodbye for now, and let us know if you're enjoying this fucking time slide. We got Freed. He seems very excited. For those joining us on Rumble, or those that want to join us on Rumble, I don't know how the hell the chat thing works. So maybe, I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, so long, and thanks for all the fish.
Yeah, you could do that. Fish. What are you talking about?
What do you call it? The Galaxy. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. When the dolphins left, it's so long, and thanks for all the fish.
I have not watched that movie yet.
Oh my God, it's such a great movie.
I saw Cocaine Bear.
Oh, did you?
It was fucking awesome.
It was fucking awesome, right?
Yeah.
All right, bye, you guys. We love you.
Bye, guys. Peace out. Can't concentrate.
Sorry.
Boobies.